Yes, joined now by one championship featherweight champion, Tanley. Really good to see you, mate. How's everything been going with you? It's been a while, but it must be nice being the champion.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but just healing up and training hard, and trying to live my life and be happy and get some stuff done.
How's it been for you, having kind of won the belt and been on that massive high, and then kind of being made a little bit to wait to compete in the sport you love because of the pandemic?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of worked out. Unfortunately, it's worked out pretty well because this finger's been healing up. It's been giving me some problems. But three surgeries later, we are on the mend. Everything's going good. Recovery's getting better and better every day. And yeah, we're looking to sign a contract soon and get in there and defend this title. I've been itching to fight, and it's kind of been a pain in the butt to wait. I hate waiting, trying to stay active. I don't have 20 more years in this sport, so we're trying to get these title defenses under our belt and move on to some bigger and better things. And hopefully that's coming up soon on the horizon.
I want to talk first about that title fight. It was nicely built up between you and Martin. He's quite, he's a popular fighter in one. He's a great fighter with a good record, and it was built up nicely. It kind of we had to wait a while, and then it finally happened, and it really went your way. So you've had plenty of time to enjoy that moment and reflect on it. How do you look back on it now?
Happy with a lot of things that did happen in the fight. Obviously, not a perfect performance. None ever is. Or at least I've never had one. So always trying to improve, always trying to look back and take away the things that we didn't do so well, and trying to make sure that's ironclad and fixed, and you don't make those same mistakes again. So I always look back on every performance, and whether win or loss, that's not a huge focus as far as the result goes. It's the performance that I'm really focused on, and obviously I'm trying to look to be the best version of myself in there in the cage, as far as performance, as far as danger, defense. Trying to be an all-around complete mixed martial artist. I want to go down as one of the best that ever did it, and it's going to take some work. It's going to take some time, but I feel like I'm doing the right things to kind of put me in that place. So, trying to get better every day is really the point.
On your Instagram, it's a while back now, but I see you post the one championship graphic. Who's next? And we've got Martin Nguyen on there, Matsushima, Garry Tonon. Who do the fans tend to come back with most of all?
Honestly, I think it's broken between two main guys, and you guys probably obviously know. You said Martin's got a huge fan base. He does, obviously, and so does Garry. I think those are two fights that make sense. I think they're two fights with a huge, a huge fan base behind those guys, and I know that's why the push is there. But both of those, I guess, fan bases have, they make their opinion known, which is awesome. That's the whole point of having fans and support system, and it's pretty cool to see the support just in general of the division, of the company, of mixed martial arts in general. And it's always great to see the growing fan base in general for the sport, for the guys that I'm fighting or going to fight or have fought, whatever. It's awesome to see that. And then I've never stopped hearing from my fans either, so thank you guys for the support, and thank you guys for making your words known. And it's awesome to hear it on all sides, to be honest with you.
Is it fair to say you'd favor the Garry fight as a competitor, and also from the US angle, it would probably be a bigger fight in the US? Gary's got a massive following from the jiu-jitsu community, and both having American roots.
Yeah,
And also
definitely. To
these
be honest
rumors
with you,
about one coming to the States.
yeah, to be honest with you, I've heard whispers, not from the company itself, but from outside sources like you guys, and it's kind of cool. Like I'm really excited if that's something that we've got to work towards and build up to get a show here, man. I'm all for it. I'm down to fight at home. Trust. I love traveling and making each one of these fights a little adventure before and after, and seeing the world. It's so great. The fans over there are awesome. It's awesome to fight at home too. So that's always a good plus. You don't have to make that long trek overseas, and that time on the plane, and you're not used to the stores, you're not used to the surroundings. So it would be cool to have a fight here in the States, and I'm all for it, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense as far as fan base and marketing and things like that go. I know this is a business, and I know we've got to work towards that. As far as records go and resume, maybe not so much, but we do what we got to do to make money in the sport, and I understand how the cards may fall. And I'm here to fight whoever they put in front of me, but really, you guys know, I'm here to fight the best in the world. Garry offers a special type of challenge, and it's very exciting. I know whether we meet immediately or later on down the road, that's a fight that has to happen, obviously. Not even for the marketing side of things or the fan base or the company side of things, but for me personally, the traditional classic striker versus grappler type situation, that's got to happen. Do I think he deserves it right away? Probably not, but they make exceptions, so we'll see how that plays out. And then as far as I know Martin has a huge fan base all across the world, so that's a pretty cool thing that he's earned and he's developed throughout the years of defending titles, putting on exciting fights. So that's always cool. And I'm not, like I said earlier, not completely happy with the performance. So that's always a fight that I want again as well. And then, man, the rest of the division, the guys coming up, it's just a bunch of killers in there, and it's awesome to see from the division. We've got guys above us in the lightweight division. That's very interesting, obviously. We've got guys at different promotions that look very interesting. So we've got a lot of room to grow and a ton of different avenues that we can take. And I'm looking to challenge myself the way I want to. I honestly, I don't care what the outside voices say. I want to challenge myself the way I want. That's why I came into this sport. I don't do this for anybody else. I'm glad that everybody enjoys it and, likes the 100% finishing rate and all that good stuff. But I do this for me as a martial artist. And it's cool because I'm going to chase the hardest challenges, whether anybody thinks or not. I really don't give a damn. But I know for me, I'm going to chase the hardest challenges for me. And, that's why I do this. So it's a lot of fun so far, and I can't wait to see what's next.
So reading between the lines, Garry Tonon probably not there yet in your eyes. Martin just lost to you. You want the biggest challenges. I mean, the name that just sits there and sticks out is Christian Lee. Now, he hasn't really fought much at featherweight, but he's there at number 2, and he's absolutely killing it at lightweight. So am I right in saying that you see him as actually the most interesting test for you?
He doesn't have to come down to featherweight. We can go to lightweight. I'll eat some Popeyes. We'll gain a little bit of weight. Nothing wrong there. But that's an interesting fight to me, definitely. Obviously, like I said, we already stated I want the Martin fight again. I also eventually Garry's got to happen. Christian Lee is a very interesting fight too. So it's just I'm sitting here salivating it's so many challenges ahead, and I'm very, very happy that I don't have one of those divisions that you kind of look around and it's like, man, we got to go somewhere else. This is awesome. It's awesome.
I know you're always looking to improve yourself as a martial artist. I see you being at the UFC PI. I know you train with guys like Ryan Hall. I mean, what's been the most interesting thing for you lately in terms of your development, in terms of what you've been improving?
Honestly, it's been the same old story. Like I'm a creature of habit. I'd like to think in a good way. You don't get good at one, I guess, specialty by just kind of bouncing around and doing it whenever you feel like it. You really stick to your guns and you stay disciplined and you put in the work and you put in the time. And I've been trying to do that all around as far as mixed martial arts go. That's why, honestly, I haven't taken things like kickboxing fights and Muay Thai fights. And it's just not what I'm focused on right now. I'm trying to be the best mixed martial artist that I could possibly be. Hopefully we hit that one day. That's an ever-going pursuit, and that's what makes martial artists. That's the point. But really, the day in, day out things that kind of get quote unquote boring for people, that's what excites me. Seeing those guys that we just talked about as potential matchups motivate me to obviously get in the gym every day and night. Every day of the week, busting my ass, I enjoy this, and it's kind of cheating because I do really enjoy getting in there every day. So it's awesome to spend all this time getting better, developing my skills to hopefully put these guys out. And when some things don't go our way, we can pull out these, I hate the word bag of tricks, but the plan Bs and things like that to be able to take care of ourselves in all aspects of the fight and get it back to where we want to bring it, and back to our A game plan. So it's, I'm not really answering the question the way you want me to, but it's the boring things that really, that the day in, day out drilling and getting better and skill development that just excite me, man. It's great. It's the whole point of doing martial arts, to grow as a person and a fighter. And it's really pleasing. It's satisfying, however you want to say it, to be able to obviously go on the adventures that I go on, help who I can help as far as fights go, get knowledge from every single person I can surround myself with. And obviously, yes, training at the PI is great. Surrounding myself with like Ryan Hall, Adam Binion, Kenny Florian, Faraz Zahabi last weekend, like that group of guys is unmatched, man. It's amazing to be able to even sit in the same room as these guys and learn from them. So it's great to be able to go out, get that information, and then take it back home here with, my guys, my gym. Not that those are my guys, but you know what I mean. Here in New Orleans with like Mid City MMA with my coach Sean Gayton, my coach and brother Vin Lee, main training partner, Evan Freeman. We got all these guys in a room for the killers, and they give me great looks and put the right training in. So I love it. I love every aspect of it, and it's been great so far.
You're a tough 22 guy. A lot of those guys gone on to do really interesting things, and I think it's fair to say that you've just gotten better and better. Do you look back on that time and just think, I'm just like another level now, and do you ever wish you could go back and do it again?
For sure. I think I think I learned a lot from that experience. Made great friendships and training partners, and networking, and all these relationships from the show. It's been awesome. It's been great. All these experiences I've had has made me into the man I am today and the fighter I am today. So, but yeah, you do that as a fighter. You go back, you look at old fights, and it's kind of at the point where, like, if you don't look back at your old fights and you're kind of embarrassed that, like, man, I used to suck. I'm so much better now. I'm not good enough now, but I'm definitely better than I was. Like, that's a thing I think a lot of fighters do. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I do it a lot. My team does it a lot. We look back and we break down old fights and take a look at where our mindset was at that point. Why we made these decisions during the fight and how much better we are now. But definitely, if you took definitely the tough 22 version of Timely, I would whoop his ass. It'd be embarrassing. And I guess that's a good feeling.
You on that show, I guess you're on Faber's team, so McGregor was kind of the enemy. He's very much taken up the role of the villain again. Were you shocked by his general behavior, or do you give him a break because he was in a tough spot? I mean, how did you see that?
No, man. I don't know McGregor very well. I obviously spent a little bit of time with him, around him on the show. We spent just a little speck of time, after the show, kind of, I guess you could say, hanging out or being around each other, being around his crew and his team. But with the little exposure that I have to him as a person, he's a good martial artist. He's a person that hasn't gotten to the place that he's gotten to by cutting corners. Dude's a hardworking man. He's a smart man. He's a businessman. He's doing things that has grown the sport, I'd say, bigger than pretty much anybody else has ever done, especially financially, and the exposure that he's gotten, being on the Forbes list, the way he's out in everyday life as an actual star, not just an MMA popular guy like some of the old stars used to be. He's broken through boundaries that's been amazing. Now, I don't carry myself like that, and maybe that's the difference between why he's worth $500 million or $1 billion or whatever it is, and I'm sitting here in my 2,000 or 1,700 square foot house chilling. You know what I mean? But I'm happy with the way I handle myself. But he's done some great things in the sport, and you can't deny what he has done and what he's accomplished. you know, he's pushed boundaries before, and you know, maybe some people haven't taken kindly to that, and him talking smack about family members and things like that. I understand why people don't like it, and I understand. I wouldn't go there. I don't believe that belongs in fighting shit talking, but I also didn't know that an MMA fighter could be worth $1 billion. So what do I know?
Chatri always seems to be really open to cross promotion, and you know, you heard Christian talking about wanting to fight Habib. If you could pick one man, you know, whether it's the UFC, Bellator, Rizin, one man to fight, and it's completely up to you for, you know, maybe it's in Vietnam, you know, who would you pick? And is Vietnam on your bucket list? Do you have to fight in Vietnam once before you retire?
Absolutely. If I have to go in there and fight somebody in a parking lot, I'm doing it. I have to do it. It's something that, you know, it's definitely important to me to do that. The Martin fight, like the title fight in Vietnam, I thought was a possibility at the time. That would have been amazing, man. That would have been a dream come true. But you know, we'll go back, we'll get it, we'll get another fight there, we'll make it happen. The Vietnamese fans are relentless as far as trying to get one championship into that country and getting us going. So y'all keep up the noise, y'all keep making noise, and y'all keep getting us over there. Like, keep pushing. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna defend that belt there. I promise you that. But man, to answer your question, I don't know. And the reason I'm gonna give you this general answer is because it really falls in line with some of the answers I've given you before. But whoever the champ is at one of the biggest organizations, and right now, a couple of dangerous one is the Bellator champ Pitbull and the UFC champ Volkanovski. I think those two are at the top of the list, at least at least I can say, as far as who I want to fight, dream matchup, whatever. I just want to fight the best guys on the planet. You know, I want to see where I stand. Maybe I'm not as good as they are. Maybe I'm better. I'd like to find out. That's the whole point of why we match up and fight, right? You know, I've been counted out before plenty of times. I'm pretty sure I was counted out of the last matchup, but you know, things happen, and I believe in myself, and I doubled down on myself, and it worked out well. And you know, I'm interested to see as far as those two matchups go, like, you know, how it would play out as far as all around mixed martial arts. You know, maybe we whip out some other tricks, and maybe you don't see a KO, maybe you see a sub. I don't know. It's awesome to be able to even talk about this with you. You know what I mean? We need to make it happen. The fans need to keep talking. Yeah, we as fighters and media need to keep talking. We need to make this happen. I think it has to happen for the sport, for the fans. Like, how could we not make this happen, man?
What, big cross promotions?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, you see it happen with Bellator and Rizin, right? So, I mean, it's there. It is a thing. I mean, I don't think Dana White would do it, but the other promotions seem more open to it. So that would be cool.
And that's the thing. You know, I'm open about this. I've said this before. I've kind of tagged the boss in a message, but let's do it without the UFC. I understand they have all the risk and not as much reward as the other companies. No problem. Let's do a tournament with the rest of the guys, all the champs. However you want to do it, one-on-one, or you want to do a tournament style, whatever. Let's make that happen. Figure out who the best is without the UFC. And then let's just say it plays out to be me. Obviously, it's my scenario, so I get to make this up. So let's say I win and I'm the best. That's it. I'm the best featherweight on the planet. Oh, wait, there's this other company who won't let that talk happen from you guys, the media, or myself, the fighter, or my team, whatever, or my company. Then cool, we can solve that problem too. All we got to do is fight. So I think we can do it without them. Make it happen. And then they won't let themselves be left out of that picture. And I understand why. So then we can really make that matchup happen.
Yeah, Sagaki Bara from Rizin has talked about doing like a massive MMA tournament in the Tokyo Dome. So, you know, you never know what the future holds. And we've seen crazy things happen in the sport before. But Tanley, you're the man. Nice one, champ. I appreciate it. Sorry, it went a bit long, but always good to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
No problem, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.